That real shit, that real shit, that real shit, that real shit, that real
yes,
shit,
that real shit,
that real shit, that real shit,
that real shit,
that real shit, that real shit, sports talk. That real shit, that real shit,
that real shit,
that real shit, that real
yes,
shit,
that real shit,
that real shit, that real shit,
that real shit,
that real shit, that real shit, sports talk.
What up, y'all? Coach Smith, aka Mr. Get You Right Up in this motherfucker, man. I want to welcome everybody to the 15th episode of That Real Shit Sports Talk. Second episode this week. I know that's new for me, but as soon as I got done filming episode 14, they dropped the news that Jalen Ramsey got traded. So I felt it necessary to do one more episode this week. He's getting a lot of heat. He got a lot of heat when he first said he wanted up out of Jacksonville. And right now it's more than apparent to me that y'all do not like players exercising their options, exercising their rights, their contractual rights. Y'all do not like that shit. Y'all prefer your players to fall in line and just play. You don't like to see these guys, these elite players, exercising their options. And that's kind of where I want to start today. Look, man, not everybody gets to do this shit. It's only the elite level guys that get to say, I'm gonna hold out or trade me because I don't want to play for you anymore. To me, it started with Le'Veon, then Zeke, then AB, now Jalen. There'll be somebody else. There'll be somebody else who chooses to exercise their player options. So stop being mad at the players, man. Be mad at the organizations for signing bad contracts. Be mad at the organizations for disrespecting the players. I heard Jalen Ramsey got into it with Tom Coughlin. We all saw Jalen Ramsey and his coach get into it on the sideline, but we don't know what was said between Jalen Ramsey and Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin's an OG in the game, and probably, they butt heads. They're two alphas that butt heads, and Jalen Ramsey felt disrespected for whatever reason. And again, a lot of y'all probably know I played on the collegiate level. My collegiate level coaches were some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers I ever been around. So I might get into that on a different episode. So I'm sure in the NFL it ain't no different when you're dealing with the higher ups in a football organization. So stop being mad at Jalen Ramsey. He's doing what's best for him. He's doing what he wants. And to me, it's good to see because finally, just like the NBA, the NFL players are starting to realize their power and their potential. And it's good to see for me, being an ex-football player. To me, this is the first time this shit is starting to happen, and it's gonna change how the game works. It's gonna change the business side of things. Let me get on the actual trade. How can you be mad at Jalen for going to a better team in a better city? The Jaguars historically have been trash. The Rams are, middle of the road team historically, but they were in the Super Bowl last year. And to me, it shows that the Rams making this trade shows that, they willing to do whatever they need to do to win, homie. Like they're not like the Chargers that just want to make money. The Rams are in it to win. And, they're moving into that new stadium next year, so they need star power. But, between Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, that defense will be solid. I think that defense already was solid, But I think Wade Phillips is their defensive coordinator. Having Jalen Ramsey back there is going to help that defense. They lost to Liv for the year. They got rid of Marcus Peters because either he's been disinterested playing in their system or he's digressing a lot, because I seen him get roasted a few times this season. So I think, yes, it was a move out of necessity for the Rams, but to me it also shows that they're willing to do whatever it takes to win. I think Kroenke's the owner of the Rams. He's building this big ass stadium and he's making moves to win, homie. Just win, baby. I mean, that's the Raiders slogan. Everybody else seems to be adapting that type of mentality too, especially teams that know they have immediate potential. And even though the Rams don't look as good as they were last year, they felt the need to add a guy like Jalen Ramsey to their roster. Jacksonville like a lot of y'all know, got 2 first-round picks and a 4th-round pick, I think. So, you know what I mean? If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, you doubled up. You took a first-rounder and turned them into 2 first-rounders and another pick. So the deal's not bad for you. You know what I mean? Maybe in the short term, but let's be real. The Jaguars ain't going to the playoffs this year. So Jalen Ramsey would have just been mad on a below 500 team all year. So to me, the deal works out great for everybody. Jalen gets up out of the situation he doesn't want to be in. The Jaguars have picks for the next couple years that'll hopefully continue to build their team. So I just want to sum it up by saying, stop being mad at the players. They want what's best for them. How can you be mad at that? How can you be mad at that shit? I wanted to go over my picks from last week. I got my little sheet. I wrote down all my numbers from last week. My top 25 college football picks from last week. I went 12-16, which wasn't bad. It would have been 13-16 if fucking Georgia wouldn't have lost to South Carolina. They took that L. I don't think anybody saw that loss coming. So I don't see too much shame in me going 12-16 last week, especially with that game. LSU beat Florida. Joe Burrow still looks like the Heisman candidate to me. Joe Burrow for Heisman. And then I called Louisville was going to beat Wake Forest, and they did. So 12-16 for my college football picks. Not a bad weekend. For my NFL picks, homie, I went 8-14. 8-14 on my NFL picks. Rough week, but again, there were a lot of upsets, and again, it just shows you why any given Sunday, why they say that shit, because depending on who comes to play is who wins. I want to do some picks for this week, and then get up out of here. I'm trying to keep this episode short, real short today. But like I said, I just wanted to do this shit because there was some news, and I did not get a chance to cover my picks from last week in episode 14. So here we go. I gave you my picks last week. We're gonna start this week with Ohio State versus Northwestern. This game is in Illinois. I'm taking Ohio State. Clemson plays Louisville. Louisville's coming off a big win. I called that upset that they would beat Wake Forest last week. So I think they played up, but they're not going to have an answer for Clemson this week. Let's be real. Wisconsin plays Illinois. That is also in Champaign, Illinois. I think the Illini started slow against Michigan last week, but Michigan was too much for them. So that's why I don't see this one being a game against Wisconsin. Scrolling down. Florida plays South Carolina. Now, Florida Gators. This is a sleeper game. Do not sleep through this game. What do they call it? A trap game? Do not sleep through this game, Florida. South Carolina beat Georgia, so they're on an all-time high right now. I'm gonna take the Gators to win in South Carolina, but don't be surprised if this is another close game, because again, Florida played last week. They played up for LSU. So playing in a game like this, sometimes you don't have as much. You can't match your energy from last week. So I'm going to pick Florida, but watch, that might be a good game. Auburn plays Arkansas. Arkansas, I've only seen play once. Auburn, I've seen play a few times. So just out of familiarity, I'm going to take Auburn and Bo Nix, the quarterback Bo Nix. Iowa plays Purdue. Iowa let me down last week, man. I really thought Iowa was going to play better, but they bounced back this week against a sorry-ass Purdue team. Scrolling down. LSU plays Mississippi State. Again, I think this is another trap game, another sleeper game. LSU, don't sleep on Mississippi State because they'll fuck around and beat you. Now, I don't think Joe Burrow will let that happen, but that LSU defense might give up some points this weekend. Scrolling down, Oregon plays my Washington Huskies. This is a hard-ass game to call, man. I want the Huskies to win. Of course I want the Huskies to win. But I also want the West Coast to get some respect nationally. And if the Huskies win this game, Oregon's not going to be seen as a top-tier team. So I'm going to pick the Ducks to win a very close game. A very close game in Husky Stadium. Am I going to be mad if the Huskies win? Of course. Or if the Huskies lose? Of course not. I'm fucking up. Am I going to be mad if the Huskies win? Of course not. But I think Oregon is going to pull this one out. And I think the Pac-12 needs a standout team. I think the West Coast needs a standout team. So I'm taking Oregon to win that game. SMU plays Temple. I have not seen SMU play, but Temple got an upset win last week. But this game is in, looks like Dallas. So I'm going to take SMU to win that. Scrolling down, Minnesota plays Rutgers. Now, I think Minnesota is a real sleeper team in the top 25. They got a pretty good offense and a solid defense. They're a solid Big 12 team. So I'm going to take the Gophers to beat Rutgers this weekend. Scrolling down, Cincinnati plays Tulsa. I'm going to take Cincinnati in that, easy. Appalachian State, wow, I didn't even know they got bumped into the top 25. Appalachian State plays Louisiana Monroe. I don't know shit about either team, so I'm not going to pick that. Scrolling down. Damn, Georgia dropped all the way to number 10. They play Kentucky this week. Georgia's going to bounce back. They have to. They still have a shot in the SEC. So they'll bounce back and beat that ass. Another good ass game in the Pac-12. Arizona State versus Utah. This one is in Salt Lake. Two very good coach teams, very well coached teams. I think this is going to be a real low scoring game. Both defenses are nice. Both have so-so quarterback play. I think Utah has a little better run game than Arizona State does. But these are two very evenly matched teams. I hate to go against Herm because I want Herm Edwards to do well. But I think because this game is in Utah, I'm going to take the Utes to win this one. I really think Utah will win the Pac-12 South. So they need to win this game. But again, if Arizona wins this game, if Arizona State pulls the upset off in this game, I will not be mad at all. Shout out to Coach Edwards, man. Let's see. Do I got any more? Number 15, Texas plays Kansas. Texas came up short last week. Jalen Hurts looked good. But, Texas will bounce back against Kansas. Easy. And then, let's see. Ooh, shit. Michigan plays Penn State. This is going to be a real good game. And to me, this is a must win for Michigan. What time? It's a night game, too. It'll probably be a whiteout at Penn State. Penn State is ranked 7th. This is a tough one, homie. This is a tough one. But look, I think, man, this season, this game could mean a lot for Jim Harbaugh's future tenure at Michigan. So I'm going to take Michigan, even though I know I'm going to regret this pick. I'm going to take Michigan for the upset in Happy Valley. It'll probably be a whiteout, so it'll be cracking. So they're going to have to silence that crowd with a run game. But I'm going to take Michigan to win this game just because I think Jim Harbaugh's job is not on the line. If they lose this game, he won't get fired, but they might mutually part ways if he loses this game and then loses to Ohio State too. Bama plays Tennessee. This is in Tuscaloosa, so I'm going to take Bama to win that easy. Tennessee is trash. And then rounding out the top 25, Boise State plays BYU. It's crazy because I didn't see the game, but they said BYU last week started their first black quarterback and they lost. So that's all bad, but shout out to him. But Boise State looks good, and I think Boise State might be that Power 5, that out of Power 5 representative this year. So I'm going to take Boise State to win that. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna take Boise to win that game. So those are my picks this week for college football, the top 25 college football. All right, now I'm gonna do my NFL picks for this week. Starting with tonight, Thursday night's game. Kansas City plays Denver. Kansas City has let me down twice in the past 2 weeks, and Denver has been a surprise in the past 2 games. They've won 2 straight. It seems like the key to beating the Chiefs is keeping Pat Mahomes off the field. And Denver's got a solid run game. So playing in Mile High is always tough. If the Chiefs fuck me over again, I'm not picking them no more for the year. But I'm going to regret this pick. But I'm going to take KC to win a close one. Kansas City's going to have to win with a field goal this week. Sunday, the Rams play the Falcons. The Rams got to win this game. The Falcons, to me, their season's done already, so I don't really think they give a fuck. And, like I said, the Rams are making moves to hopefully still win games this year. So I'm going to take the Rams. Miami plays Buffalo in Buffalo. I'm going to take the Bills to win that easy because Miami wants that number 1 pick. Jacksonville plays Cincinnati in Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is destined for a top 3 pick. So, like the Redskins and Dolphins, I think they're trying to lose. So I'm going to take Jacksonville to win that game. Minnesota plays Detroit. This is going to be a great game. I'm going to take Detroit at home because I think, again, they're another good team who got fucked over by penalties on Monday, and they've lost a lot of close games to good teams. So I'm going to take Detroit to beat Minnesota. Minnesota won that big game last week. I don't think they're going to play with as much energy. Green Bay plays the Raiders in Lambeau. Green Bay's missing a lot. So I'm going to take them to win, but I think this will be a close game, and I will not be surprised if the Raiders win. Coming off a short week, Green Bay may not be ready for this game. Houston plays Indianapolis. This is going to be another good game, but I think I'm going to take the Colts to win this game. Just because, again, the Texans are coming off a huge victory, and I just don't know if they'll be able to match the energy from last week. And I really like Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack is Indianapolis' running back, and he nice, man. He real nice. Arizona plays New York, the Giants. I'm going to take Kyler Murray because, like I said last week, he was going to have a breakout game, and he did. So I'm going to take Kyler Murray to pull off another W in the big city. The Cardinals will beat the Giants. The 49ers play the Redskins in Washington. I'm going to take the Niners easy. They're not going to be able to block for whoever's playing quarterback. The Chargers play the Titans. I'm not betting on the Chargers no more this year, so I'm taking the Titans. And if you're the Los Angeles Chargers, you might as well just tank for the rest of the year and try to get a top 5 pick. You might as well tank because y'all look trash. Y'all look trash. The Saints play the Bears. This is going to be a good-ass game. This is going to be a really good game. It's in Chicago. Teddy Bridgewater has been playing out of his mind. Maybe not out of his mind, just to his full potential. And New Orleans has got to appreciate it. But I think they take an L this week because, again, I think the Bears got to win. It's in Chicago, and I don't think they'll be able to block Khalil. Baltimore and Seattle. The Ravens and the Seahawks. Battle of the Birds in CenturyLink up in Seattle. Russell Wilson's been playing out of his mind too. He's been having an MVP caliber year. He seems to always make the right play, man, in the situation. So I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this. The Ravens defense has been spotty lately, so I don't really trust them. So yeah, I'm going to definitely take the Seahawks. And then Dallas plays the Eagles Sunday night. I think Dallas gets back on track after that disappointing loss to the Jets, after that flag fest against the Jets. Philly's on the decline right now, and I picked them to win the division, but I think Dallas will win this game. And then Monday night, Cleveland plays. No, excuse me. Monday night, New England plays the Jets. Sam Darnold looked good last week. The Jets looked good last week. So can they play up again? Maybe. I'm not going to pick the upset, but everybody plays the Patriots tough. So I'm going to take the Patriots to win in a tight one just because it's in New York. So I'm going to wrap it up on that note, man. Hopefully, let me see. Hopefully, again, I'm under 20 minutes. That's what I'm hoping for this episode. So this was just an episode I did on the fly. Thank you for everybody for checking me out. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button for your boy. That Real Shit Sports Talk. Catch y'all next week.